Hi, I'm m.felicetti. This video is designed for students that have enrolled or started late in the subject Programming for Engineers and Scientists. This guide will ensure that you can catch up and that you're at the same level as everyone else when you return. The university is currently on a break, so this gives you a good opportunity to catch up and ensure that you're at the same level as everyone else. So to start with, contact details. So if you do need to get in contact with us, the subject coordinator is Dr. Richard, and you can find his email right here. The lecturer is Dr. Ahad, and also my details are here if you need to contact me. So first things first is emails and announcements. At this time, we need to be able to get in contact with you a lot, so please make sure that you're checking your emails quite a few times throughout the day and make sure you are reading them all. I know you're probably getting a lot, but you need to read them, and that's your responsibility, and we are expecting this. So just a quick overview of the subject. There's 5 main things in this subject. You've got the lectures, the quizzes, the labs, assignments, and then an exam. So the quizzes are weekly, and you've got 2 weeks to do them, and you have 3 attempts to do these quizzes. We'll remind you of when they're due. You don't need to worry about these right now. If you want to try them, you're welcome, but you do not need to worry about these right now. You can do them when we get back. Labs are weekly, and the first marked lab starts in week 3 when you return. The first 2 labs set up all the tools and basic knowledge that you will need for the entire semester. This is incredibly important because this is a practical based subject. You do need the base language to be able to complete lab in week 3, and we'll expect that you have some basic understanding. So we'll be focusing on the labs in terms of catching up. The other thing is that you need to follow our instructions and use our system. You'll be using our servers, you're using a specific version of C, and you'll be using a specific compiler. This is important because we will grade you on this compiler. If it doesn't run on our system, then there are no marks. So make sure you follow our instructions and avoid using other tools that are out there. Assignments. So this subject has 3 assignments. The first assignment is a small programming task that focuses in debugging. The second assignment is a real-time lab exam where you'll come in and you'll be given a set of questions, and you will need to solve those in real time using your knowledge of the C language. The third assignment is a domain-based problem, so you get a big problem and you will have to solve that and write a big program to solve that problem. The next thing is plagiarism. So this is something that I've noticed that students starting late, they're very stressed and they might turn to plagiarism. This is not something you should do. What will happen is you'll probably end up with a lot worse of a situation if you do turn to this than just falling behind. So this is a big warning because I want to make sure that you can succeed and you don't go down this path. So labs need to be done individually. You can talk to each other about the solution, but the code needs to be done individually. We will be checking for things like just changing variable names and flipping lines of code around and changing the comments. We'll be checking for those kind of things. It needs to be done 100% by yourself. The assignments, the same thing. We're testing your ability, not your friends or family. We want to check what you know. This will be checked, okay? And you could be charged if we suspect or do find something that's not right. The penalties for plagiarism can be very severe. So usually I say that ending up with a low mark or a fail is actually better than having academic misconduct. So we want to see your abilities, get the best grade you can without using plagiarism. The checks for plagiarism will be done at a later stage, so you may get your marks, and those marks are temporary, so they might change at a later stage depending on if you get picked up. So keep that in mind. Lastly, on these slides, just another reminder, please make sure that you are checking your emails. Put it on your mobile phone is another really good idea. What we'll look at now is how to catch up and what tasks you need to do to ensure that you've caught up when we return. Okay, so first thing that you should see when opening up LMS on the Programming for Engineers and Scientists page is this here. You'll see the announcements. If you see any unread, make sure that you go and read them. That's going to be important for our communication to you. From there, if you go down to subject, you will find the subject learning guide, and you'll also find our contact details if you need them. From there, you've got the forums. Now, the forums are going to be very, very helpful in you catching up, because if you get stuck at all or you have any problems, you can put your questions up on the forums and we'll answer them as soon as possible. You'll get your answer a lot quicker if you put it on the forum, and some other student may have already asked the question that you want. So if you've got a general question about the labs, assignments, etc., you can put it up on the forum and we will answer. If you've got a private question, then you need to email. The assignments, don't worry about it at this stage. That's something that you can look at once you've done everything else. It's the very last thing you should look at, so don't worry about it right now. Resources. So this is the first task that you need to do, is download the lab reference. So this is right at the top, lab reference 2020. Right click, open, go save this PDF somewhere. If you can, print it out. It will be very, very handy. So we don't want you memorizing stuff in this subject, rather we want you to learn it. And so we give you this reference so that you can refer to it in the labs. So it has all the information that you'll need. It has all the tables and stuff, so that you don't need to memorize them. Okay, so you'll need to use this during the labs, so you need to download this document. Some of the stuff we haven't used yet, but we will use it as we go. The second task that you need to do is connect from home. So for connecting from home, if you go down, you'll see this connecting from home. The first thing is the VPN. So this is required if you're off campus, and this will work for both Windows and Mac computers. So you need to install the VPN by clicking this video. It will explain how to do that. Then, if you are using Windows, you need to follow these two videos here, and they will tell you how to install PuTTY and Notepad++. If you are using Mac, then you're going to be using Atom, and you need to follow this document here. There's no video for this yet. We might make a video soon, but at this stage there is no video. If you get stuck using a Mac, go to the forum and check other students' questions, because there has been a couple of issues and the questions have already been answered. If you still have problems, then ask your own question. Alright, so from here we're going to go to week 1, which is W1. We're going to go straight down to the lab, and what you need to do is open up this document here. You need to do task 2, so we'll skip all the way down to page 3. You need to follow task 2, and open this putty up, which you would have already installed, or SSH if you're using Mac, which is explained in the PDF. Once you connect, you'll need to put in your login information. Make sure you're reading the text. It's your normal login information, so that's your student number and your password. From there, you need to follow along with this video. This video will tell you how to create this directory structure. You need to make this, and it's expected that every student has this directory structure for this subject. If you make a mistake, you can use rmdir to remove a directory. So if you do accidentally call this assignment 7 or something, you can delete that and then try again. Another big thing is make sure you don't use spaces in the names. From there, you're going to go to task 3. This, you are just expected to watch the video and understand how to follow our program workflow. It's expected in this subject that you are following this workflow, and will be expected in the real-time assignment that you know how to do this. Task 4, you'll write your first program. Follow the instructions. If you are not using Notepad++ and you're using Atom, same thing applies. Just make sure that you're saving your file as a .c file. If you are saving, you can save on Notepad++ using this guide, or if you're using Mac, on this guide. Once you've done that, follow along with the video and it will tell you how to compile, run, and write your first program. So these are going to be very important because you need to set up your basic file structure, and you will need to know how to run a program and compile a program before you can do your own programs. So that's very essential, and that's the third thing that you need to do. Once you have done that, you need to go to week 2, skip down to the labs, ignore the document, and what you need to do is watch and study the first 6 videos. Okay, so you don't need to do what I'm doing in the videos, you just need to watch and study them. The 7th video, however, you need to watch and do. Okay, so watch it and actually write it yourself as well. So just to repeat, you do not need to do this document. This video will take you through the same thing, but quicker. Okay, so follow the 6 videos, just watch them, and then this last video, just follow along and do it yourself as well. From there, go back to week 1 and read the lecture notes, then go to week 2 and read the lecture notes. Now this might be slightly counterintuitive, but if you've got a basic understanding of the language in the labs, the lecture slides should be a little bit easier to read. The other option is that you can go right to the bottom and go to Echo, and you can watch the lectures live, lectures recorded. Sorry, they're not live, they're recorded. Once you've done that, then what you need to do is your preparation for week 3. So you go to week 3, go down to the labs, and you'll see 2 videos there. Literals in different bases and ASCII literals, and typecasting. You need to watch both of these videos. They are both about half an hour long, so they are a little bit long, but they are essential for the subject. So you need to watch these as well before returning. So there's a lot of video content to watch. You can do it safely from your home. So everything is there. If you do get stuck, just ask a question on the forum and we'll be happy to help you. Don't be afraid to ask a question, that's what we're here for, okay? There's no stupid questions. Once you've done all of that, then you can have a look at the assignment and the week 3 lab. Don't start doing these until all of these are done, okay? We need to ensure that you're up to the content before you start looking at these, okay? So with the assignment, There'll be another link for the other students that have finished all this, and you can look at that once that's done. Alright, thank you, stay safe, and we'll see you in a week's time, either online or face to face. Thank you.